Hi guys, it's Mike here from KS Bushcraft Down Under. So I thought I'd rattle you out a quick overview of these Exotac roundabout fishing kits, yeah, or hunting kits. So there's 3 of them in the range. I've got 2 of them. The one I don't have is the hunting kit, which has sort of a couple of spear points and some quick release things. So got the X-Reel last year. Pretty neat bit of kit. The spool is a little narrow if you're working lures, but rocks all a bit of kit. Now, I made up some cards to keep the tackle organised. Unlike a regular hobo reel, this one you can get in here and rat around in it much easier than, say, that where I've got to tip it all out in one pile. But what I did, I made a pile of plastic cards up for different things. Now, you can get a lot of tackle in this space. So, you know, weights, bigger hooks, all that type of stuff. And I made an oversized reel that this snaps into, so that if you are fishing with lures, it's much easier to retrieve and much faster. And a sort of a general kit, piece of foam, so if I pull hooks out of these cards, I just stick them in there. So that's working really quite well for me. So I saw these discs here on the Exotac website. Now I looked previously at some of the Grim Workshop ones, and it looks neat. Now these are 50.02 mils across in diameter. They're 1.1 millimeter thick, so they're a sheet of stainless steel. There's a non-adhesive backing, which I don't know how it works, but anyway, I reckon you can wash it off and it'll re-stick. And on the back there's a white sheet, so you remove that white sheet, you can actually stick this down. Now obviously it fits right in there. So these are about $20 US, so they're not exactly cheap. Now this is their fishing card. It's got 6 hooks. They're all the same size, and they're not particularly large either. So if I look at a selection of mine for this reel, mine are much bigger. So 6 hooks. It's got 2 allure bodies. Now these are so very light that I think you need to float them downstream. There's certainly not that. The whole card only weighs 5 grams, so each part's not going to be very much. Now this one here, the hole at the back end is so close to the back of the lure. So I imagine you thread the line through the top eye, out the back, just like the regular spoon. Now these on the bottom are designed, they say they're weights, but they're not going to weigh very much. But they could be added to the line to make it attractive. Now this is a stringer, so that means you attach it to a piece of line, and you can run the line through the gills and out the mouth of your fish to keep them alive in the water. So this is a reasonable selection. The gaff kit, I thought, well, I mean, I've had it in Alaska where I haven't had a landing net or anything, and I normally walk them up the bank. So having a large hook that you can make a gaff point, I thought that was a good idea. So this is then, it's got 4 hooks on this one, but they're the same size as this one. I would like to have seen a larger set of hooks, if not on the same card, on the other card, and 3 lure bodies. So I think you can make a set yourself, well, obviously a lot cheaper, and probably this hook here, and being proper hooks, chemically sharpened, are going to beat these things no end. So to get them out the first time, you need a tool. So I've had these ones out. So the first time out, you have to snap off that little tab. Then I use the file on this to get the worst of that burr off. They're reasonably sharp, but it's dead ass tiny, and there's not much of a gap between that and that. So yeah, I would like to have seen just a and upsizing hooks. But if you're in a survival situation, it'll work. You can catch big fish on small hooks, but you can't catch small fish on big hooks. So that's that there. So what I thought of when I made this one up, this is basically what comes with the X reel, plus an extra hook or two, some jigs, a little what I thought like that, and then use the additional space to make up the survival kit. So usually my survival loadout involves these two, which is my little hobo reel and this Tad survival kit. In there's 3 tinder quicks, a fire starter, compass in the bottom, a few water tabs. It's really minimalistic, and it weighs about, the two of them together, about 240 grams, and the base weight on this is about 130 with the included bag of tackle. So I thought there's room for me to compact and use this for both. Then of course I'll be having my fishing and survival kit right next to the river. So what do I think? It's sort of interesting, maybe a tad gimmicky, but would I choose to have them or not have them? I'll choose having something in the bush than rather than not having in the bush. If convenience and compactness are your parameter and that doesn't suit you, given the choice between that and say those two cards there, I would take these two cards that I've made, because I know that these chemically sharpened hooks are made for the job, they'll do the job, and this is interesting, but that's effective. Anyway guys, if you like the content I create, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.